Let's talk about hate. Who was that, Chappelle? Real Madrid. They filed a hate crime complaint over Vinicius' racial abuse. Oh, man. Let's talk through it. Real Madrid. Everybody's heard of them. Yeah, I know the first time I did, I was like, Real Madrid. No, just kidding. Real Madrid for sure. Filed a complaint with Spanish hate crime prosecutors over the racist abuse suffered by Vinicius Junior in their 1-0 defeat at Valencia on Sunday. Not Magic Mountain, y'all, either, over there. While the president of the country's football federation said, quote, Spain has a problem with racism. I'm going to stop right here. It's interesting because I've been to Spain before, and it just highlights something that is interesting to me. A lot of times I tell people I've only had like 1 or 2 issues with racist behavior, but I've never had to deal with racism, if you catch the difference. So they always push back. It's because you're Marcellus, you're a football player, you're popular, famous, whatever. And it makes me always say, nah, that's not the reason. But I have been to Spain. And in my time in Spain, not a sniff of racism in the air was I being taken care of because of my privilege. Oh, Mr. Wiley, here you go. Or I just didn't stay there long enough and play no soccer. I don't know, but it's just always interesting when people hear your experience. And your experience is your expertise. So I'm an expert in Spain and racism, because not a single soul looked at me like that. Not a single soul confronted me. Not a single person was rude to me. People are going out their way to be nice. But is that the way for everybody? Obviously not. So the LaLiga match and Marcellus was stopped during the second half after the Brazil international identified, check this out, a fan in the crowd behind the Valencia goal as having racially abused him. Damn, in a stadium of people screaming, boo, I believe, all that. You heard somebody call you out in a racially abusive way. Damn, it must have been real. After discussions between Vinicius, referee, and Madrid coach, the game continued. Of course it continues. The world keeps spinning. It's crazy with racism, man. People still be rolling, acting like, oh, what you mean? Until obviously their job or money is taken away. With fans getting warned over the stadium's public address system about racist abuse. According to UEFA's anti-racism protocol. I love that they got that lets you know they got problems over there. Anti-racism protocol at a game. We have all been to games before, especially football games. There's a fight every single one. I have not been to a football game yet, and the Yellow Jackets didn't have to work. However, I have never in my life, mi vida, heard somebody have to get on the PA system. First down. By the way, let's respect each other in here and make sure no one is racist and no one hates black people, white people, brown people, yellow people. All y'all people just be good. Like, what the hell? That's what's going on in Spain. You imagine in a family-friendly environment it's supposed to be. You got your kids there and they hearing don't be racist. Woo! People got problems out there. All right, so Real Madrid considers that such attacks also constitute a hate crime, therefore has filed the relevant complaint with the state prosecutor's office. Okay, this is a perfect time for me to give you one experience related to athletics that has to deal with racism. I've said on record before, I have not dealt with racism. This is as close as I get. I played for the Chargers. I had an excursion. You know, the excursion is the gigantic truck, golly, 3 miles a gallon. And that was on the highway, sucker here. And I had 3 rows of seats and like 300 speakers in there. I mean, Master P days bumping. And I remember coming home and being real ignorant on purpose. Cause I was 25, I didn't care. I mean, bumping, like playing your sound super loud was the thing to do. Hey, I had $5 in my pocket, why not? I didn't respect my neighbors as much as I should because 1, I was young and they were old, and 2, I didn't want to get to know them because everybody that wanted to get to know me always ended it with not a goodbye, but can I get some tickets? Or can you take a picture with my niece? And I'm like, all right, not y'all too. I can do that at work. I can do that when I'm in the public's eye. But then when I come home, let's chill. So I wasn't too neighborly. One time I came home and I remember having to get to my mailbox, go in the mailbox. So normally I would open the car door, and you know when you bumping and you open up the car door, oh, it's a whole different sound system. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, I had all, people in LA heard me in San Diego. It was loud and I loved it. But I shouldn't have done it. But who cares? It ain't illegal. It's just like, yo, it's illegal now, but it wasn't then. So I'm in the mailbox taking my time, opening it up, looking at letters and stuff, whatever, get back in. And when I get back in, I hear something. You know, when you bumping and you hear something, it's like, can't tell what is what. Was that the background? Was that Silk the Shocker? Was it, you know what I'm saying? Was that C Murder? Or was that somebody else yelling at me? So I hit the button real quick. And as soon as I hit the button to pause it, this is how old we are, pause it. You know what I'm saying? I heard, monkey! And I was like, huh. And it was my old ass decrepit neighbor. And I seen him, he used to be the one, you know, looking out the blinds like that and just doing this. Close his blind. I was like, damn. I ain't taking it racial because why? Now he was white and I'm black. That don't mean that's the reason. He could be like, man, this young mug. He could be like, man, this loud fool. He could be like, man, I can't stand the Chargers. Or he could be like what he really was, what y'all thinking, like, nah, Wiley, ain't none of that. Man, look at this Negro. And he meant another N-word. So I heard that and immediately it came to me and it didn't trigger me because I know it can trigger you and it should probably trigger you. I said, nah, he's trying to catch me slipping. I go over there and respond. Next thing I know, I'm in trouble. And more importantly, whatever he called me, some people gonna think of me. So guess what I did? I told our director of security, who worked with the FBI, and let's just say his house looked different and his behavior was way different. And that's how I handled that situation. Sounds like in this one, they're trying to do the same thing through complaint and through actually proper protocol to try and get rid of something so damn dumb and dangerous.